Well, thanks for staying with us here on The Pulse. Now, this week, the Joy Clean Ghana train stopped at Bukom in the heart of Accra yesterday, where some residents were found to be cooking kenke in a highly insanitary condition for public consumption. Now, Michael Ashale has joined the team, the AMA team, and has come through with this report.
Open it. Open your boiler. What did you put inside there?
Residents around Bukom Square in a heated argument with officers of the Environmental Health and Sanitation Unit of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly.
Do you know that we can stop you? You are cooking the food for public consumption. Look at the maggot just right in front of you, and you are still talking. What is that? If you clean this place every day, will the maggot be there? Does maggot take one day to come out?
They either cook to sell or have permanent structures over choked, smelling drains, crawling with maggots. Florence Kuchi, Director of Public Health at the AMA, instructs her officers to issue notices to the offenders to compel them to clean their surroundings.
So please do it right now. Whoever is coming, let the person come and start removing it right now. And this kenke is one of the best kenke in Jamestown. How?
For some of the affected residents, the notices were harsh and unnecessary. They tell JoyNews those living upstream should be held responsible for the filth.
You understand? And if you can see this area here, when night and you come here, there's a big dustbin, dust like trash in the street top. Oh, for it to inside the gutter. After that, then it will go straight to the down there. So please, I just want to plead the AMA for them to have a little patience for the people who that they are going to give them the charge. You understand? Because if we say we are going to summer them, charge them, some people will go free and some people will suffer.
At some places, economic activities have taken over the streets. The offenders were cautioned and asked to remove wares and also clean their drains. Sanitation Ambassador Brahima Kamoko, popularly known as Bukom Banku, who is also resident of this area, believes serving jail time will be the best way to ensure people obey the sanitation bylaws.
You give me ambassador of year, and you give me some people watching in around. They're driving the motor to watch. If somebody put the baller in the gutter, you go jail. Yeah, you face the court. When you face the court and somebody see that, you face the court. If somebody carrying the baller, it go baller to baller place. It go shit to shit place. But here, they no respect. If you are super, they no respect. If you are mayor, they don't respect. They are not respect any president in this country. You know my flag, but I will support you. But if you want to clean people in around, find something to place. And my mother and my sisters selling something in my market, and the road make clearly when a car passes, it passes very well, because here it choke. You understand me? Today you carry baller in gutter, I'll give you 1 week. Come and see over the bar.
What should be the solution to stop them from dumping their fecal matter in water?
You know the problem. Madam was from task. It can fight maybe baby police on task force to be around early morning, afternoon, and evening. They watch around. They go to your house to watch. If you shit in your house, you face the court. That thing will stop.
At the end of the exercise, over 20 people were issued notices.
Today's exercise is participatory. Everybody took part in today's exercise, as we can see. All those people are desilting drains, people are collecting silt, people are removing their things from the roadside and all that. It was so participatory, but the issue is the people are stubborn. Due to that, we have served about 25 notices to them. And I can tell you, out of these 25 notices, we'll come back for re-inspection. Those that will not do what we ask them to do, they will face the law, and that is what we will do.
The Clean Ghana campaign team will be in the Ablekuma sub-metro on February 16. Michael Ashalis report for JoyNews.
Well, let's have some discussions on this matter. Director of Public Health with the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Florence Kuchi, and a social psychologist with the University of Ghana Psychology Department, Dr. Charles Weafe. They are joining us now to have an extended perspective on this matter. Let me start with you, Ms. Kuchi, on this matter. What's been your assessment of the Clean Your Frontage operation, which started this month?
Opportunity to say good afternoon to our cherished viewers. Looking at our what we have to say about Operation Clean Your Frontage, or better still, Clean Ghana campaign. Accra Metropolitan Assembly, we launched our Operation Clean Your Frontage on the 31st of January 2022. And after that, we are in the communities every day going around to ensure that people clean their frontage. Let me say, Operation Clean Your Frontage is not a new thing. Operation Clean Your Frontage has been there since long. Even when you look into our Criminal Offences Act 29, 1960, the subsection 296, the section 296, subsection 1 downwards, everything about Operation Clean Your Frontage is there. But it's like the attitude of citizens towards sanitation is something. People are refusing to see sanitation as part of them. People are refusing to see sanitation as their own, their own commitment, something that needs to come out from them. I always say sanitation is a religion. The way we pray, we do our things when it comes to the Christian life, it should be the same thing when we are tackling sanitation. But when it comes to our part of the world, it's a different thing altogether. People want to create waste, but they don't want to pay for the waste. And if you don't pay for the waste will never be cleared out. Are you by
this comment suggesting that attitudinal change is still a challenge to the Clean Ghana campaign?
Sure, attitudinal change is a very big issue when it comes to the Clean Ghana campaign, because we have started this thing for the past 2 years now. And most of the areas we have been to, as soon as they see you, they do the needful. But when you leave the place, they go back to be in their old settlement or how they were living before you went there. People have been taken to court several occasions. They go to court, they pay the fine, they come back and still come and continue living the way they were living before. So as for attitudinal change, it's a very serious issue in our activities in Ghana here.
Well, let me get the perspective of Dr. Weafe just as we wrap up on this Clean Ghana campaign. What's your thoughts on how we could influence the Ghanaian public to be more receptive to such policies?
Thank you very much. As she said, it looks like it's become habits. It become part of, in quotes, the way we've been socialized negatively when it comes to sanitation and other things. So from my perspective, Among others, we need to provide information. And when I say information, what do? We need to sensitize the community. We need to educate them on the consequences of keeping or living in such fields and the benefits thereof if they take it upon themselves to clean. The next step will be to let them know the sanctions if they violate them. So let's assume that they have no idea that what they are doing is wrong. Let's assume, even though most people know. But because it's become habit, it's very difficult for them to stop. And that's why I say even some people, after you punish them, they still come back. So let's sensitize them, let's educate them, let's involve the community leaders and the community themselves. Let them know the sanctions. And those who violate them, let the sanction work. One major challenge as a country, and from my perspective we have, is that sanctions are not working. Because you may have a brother, a family member, or a social relation who intervene for you, and therefore most people know that it won't come to anything. If we want to achieve everything we want to do, that will make us more civilized citizens and keep our environment clean, keep the roads clean and tidy and all that. We need to sanction, but let the people know what the sanctions are so that when it comes, they will not cry as usual. And you get people who go and plead for them and all that. We need to be strong in this angle.
Right, and one more thing before we go. If you look at the Ghanaian culture, historically our culture makes room for hygienic living and issues of sanitation. How come that is changing so fast?
Unfortunately, living in the cities, in towns, in metropolitan places, we become a little bit more individualistic in terms of the inhibition and the restraint that our family and the extended family have on us has been removed psychologically. So we feel free and we don't have any restraint as to what we do. And now that restraint has been removed, what we need to do is the sanction that I mentioned. And it might be steps. Let's educate, let's sensitize, let's tell them the positive that we'll get from it. Let them know the sanction, and when they violate it, rigorously, let's sanction them. No mercy. If we do that, I can tell you within certain period, we're going to see change.
I'm grateful. Dr. Charles Weafia-Kenting joining us via Zoom. Let's now bring you an update on the strike by the public university lecturers. We understand that government is holding some talks with a group now, and joining us via Zoom is Kwesi Kwarteng. We'll work the lines for you, but what you need to know is that the National Labour Commission and UTAG were back in court this morning as the deadline for an out-of-court settlement expired today. Now, the court has granted them 1 more week extension to continue talks on the strike. We'll bring you details of all of that right after this break. Stay with us here on The Poll.